talking about MMOs and the future. The next frontier of MMORPGs beyond the World of Warcraft. Now, this is a video that doesn't have a lot of views, but it did spike my interest. I have no idea the quality of this video. I've never watched an Arcke video before in my life, but let's see what he has to say about the future of MMOs and where our next place of degeneracy will be. As far as ESO goes, I'm not sure if I'll ever play it. Rating, you said, is good in it. It's not my cup of tea, but maybe I'll check it out one day. All right, let's check out what the future of MMOs is.
The year is 2004. It was nighttime, if I recall. I had watched my brothers play, and I somehow convinced them to buy me a copy
Look at that
and
monitor.
open me my own account. I remember the excitement most of all. They set parental controls, which sucked, but I didn't mind. I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
I must have been 11 years old at the time, but I will never forget logging into World of Warcraft, stepping into Azeroth for the first time.
Oh yeah. Gloria indeed. I was 15. Actually, probably
Even at
14. The year was
11,
2005 when I started playing this game, and my God, what a memorable moment it was.
Understood this was a different
Changed my
beast.
life.
I had played couch co-op games before. Halo, obviously. Even online games like Diablo 2 and RuneScape. But WoW felt uniquely
Fun
special.
fact, thanks, Kate.
And looking back now, it had to be a mix of the right place, the right time,
Right is more
the
money
free
hungry than
time,
Blizzard, I guess time will tell.
and my young, impressionable mind. Because to me, it was just magical.
It was magical.
World of Warcraft, more than anything, was a transformative game that completely redefined and shaped the genre in which it came from.
Yeah,
Predecessors,
certainly did.
EverQuest, RuneScape, MapleStory, as well as many would-be successors, all
Wildstar,
died
Warhammer,
under its
God.
enormous
Rift.
shadow. A shadow
Age of
so
Conan.
large, it swept the world. Everyone was talking about it, and everyone was playing.
Everybody was
and
playing.
since its launch,
Dude,
impressively,
I've heard this equivalent called out before. World of Warcraft, 2005, like that time, 2005, say to even like up to like 2010, World of Warcraft was Fortnite, in essence. Except this was an MMORPG. This was not a this was a game that a game type that many people had never played before. And it was their first entry into the genre, just kind of like Battle Royale. For Battle Royales, Fortnite was the first entry for a lot of people into that genre of game. But MMOs, I mean, World of Warcraft, 2005, that was unbelievable. That was a great time to be alive. That was amazing. And so many people were playing the game. It was in the news constantly. I mean, you heard stories of boys in Korea dying because they held their shit in for too long. News about, people fear-mongering parents into not letting them play the game because it was so addictive. I mean, this game was everywhere. In a time where, but this was prior to streaming was starting to get big, but it wasn't massive yet. This was fucking everywhere. Everywhere you looked, Game Informer, GameStop, the news, it was everywhere. And I loved it. I fucking loved it.
WoW has reigned supreme.
It was the game at that
There
time.
are
It really
no
was.
other MMOs that have had
PUBG
as much
was the first.
profound impact.
Oh, PUBG was the first. Just like, you could say maybe EverQuest, or I don't know what would be considered the first ever MMO. World of Warcraft was not the first MMO. World of Warcraft was the first real mainstream MMO. And that's why I compare it to Fortnite, because Fortnite to me was the first real mainstream Battle Royale. PUBG was the creator of the genre pretty much, but Fortnite was the I don't know, the one that launched the genre into the stratosphere. Yeah, RuneScape? Yeah, sure, RuneScape could probably be considered to be the first MMO. Neverwinter Nights, never heard of it, but maybe that one is. But anyways, my comparison stands in that the one that really popularized the genre and took it to a masses type of level was World of Warcraft.
And
it was
influence
considered
over
the casual
genre,
people's MMO for a long
especially
time.
in the public eye since 2004.
Oh, these
Every
commercials.
game since then is trying to be WoW. Every
True.
game is trying to beat WoW. Many of those games have even played like WoW. Some did things better,
Final
and
Fantasy.
some were just awful. It's been 20 years since launch, and there has not been an experience quite
I
like
played
it.
Warcraft.
Not even close. But I'm not 11 anymore, and I feel tired.
Oh no.
Not because I dislike the game or any of the games that I have since tried, but because I feel the genre is stagnant now. Somehow I have played every
True.
new MMO years before they even release. Because if you boil them down to their foundational gameplay, they're effectively the same games with a different look.
Yeah, new
And
skin
I'm tired
in the
because
same game.
I feel like I'm constantly chasing
a cat
and
girl.
trying to capture that feeling as I did all those years ago. And I'm not talking about nostalgia. I want to emphasize that. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I would
that-
be
you'll
content
never
playing
recapture
WoW
that.
Classic
You'll
or
never
forever.
recapture that feeling.
I am talking about the magic. For that to occur, something transformative needs to happen again, like WoW did, for the genre to flourish and to move on to the next frontier.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to recapture that moment of stepping into what was, in essence, the most massive game I had ever played at that moment. Like Azeroth, to me, the magic of World of Warcraft was the world. It was so big. I had never experienced anything like it, and no loading screens, and everything just felt like a new adventure was just around the corner. I can't re-experience that. It's not going to happen because now I'm used to that feeling. I know what an MMO feels like. That's why an expansion, a new continent from an expansion, will never feel like my first time stepping into Azeroth. It's just not going to happen because now I kind of know what to expect. I understand what that feels like. So for an MMO to recapture that, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that'll ever happen. But could another MMO be good? Yeah, I think so. And I look forward to the day when there is another MMO, maybe WoW 2. That is fun to play and enjoyable and gives me some of those little giddy feelings again. Seeing junkies complain about hero. You build
A year
up a
before
tolerance.
WoW even came out, I played a little game called .hack
What the hell?
Infection. The game was fun, and I look back on it fondly. But the real lasting impression on me was the premise, the idea. In this game, players aren't just logging into a virtual world. They're
Right.
living in it. They're fully immersed, able to feel, able to touch, and interact with everything around them.
It's an
9
MMO.
years later, Sword Art Online came out. I didn't watch it, but I get the gist. And there it is again, the idea. And 6 years after that, Ready Player One came out.
Yeah.
Once again, the idea.
Yeah. Ready Player One is
That right
It's a
there is
future I think we
basically
all wish
me
for.
every time I see a game or a show or a movie doing the thing, because I know that is it. That is the immersion and transformative experience that MMORPGs need. Forget playing the game.
So what's the
I
future
want
of
to
MMOs
be
then? VR?
in the game. Two things. There are two things that I believe is the future of this genre. The first is virtual reality, VR.
I'm just not. Maybe because it's not where it needs to be yet. I'm just not the biggest VR fan. I'm not.
You serious?
Yeah, I know. It's been trying to be a thing for a while now.
Yeah.
It's not quite caught on,
Yeah.
especially when it looks like this to most people.
Oh god. Oh god.
But, it can also look like this. This came out 2022, and I think it looks pretty good.
Does look
To
good.
be honest,
it's a nice art
The
style.
potential is what matters more to me. Not as it is now, but where it could go. I mean, really picture this. Can you imagine exploring the worlds that you already know? What's your favorite zone? Picture being there. Everyday things
Being
that
in
we don't
Nagran.
pay any attention to anymore could feel exciting,
That'd be cool.
adventurous, maybe even
Being in
dangerous
Stormwind.
again. Imagine for a moment, first-person view, trying to complete the Kugani's
Stuff with
tower
nightmares.
jump
What's
puzzle,
up, Camp She?
or this jumping puzzle in Guild Wars 2. How about riding mounts, or hell, even flying on a mount? What about world PvP? Imagine actually ganking someone in Stranglethorn Vale.
Oh my
Or
god.
just talking to friends and strangers at capital cities or before pulling the boss.
VR, hold on, let me say one thing before we continue the video. VR MMO, I have one word and one thing only to say, what it might likely become. Moonguard. If you know, you know. Moonguard. That's what I worry about VR MMOs becoming.
The social element alone would be wild. The MMORPG genre would instantly explode back into worldwide popularity, just like what WoW did with the
Moonguard After
right
Dark,
game and
People are
product.
too horny for this. Well, that's
Hey
my
there.
exact worry.
I'm Anna, and I'm an AI
Oh,
avatar.
God.
The second thing I've been interested in is the use of
That was
AI.
badass.
As of the making of this video, it is mid-2023, and the advancements to AI at this point in time, from the public viewpoint,
Yeah,
have been
I saw this. It's an
insane.
AI-made
I mean,
commercial.
you've seen it. The art, the scripting, the coding, the whole emulating and responding like a human would while summarizing massive amounts of information to be
Yeah.
digestible. It is everywhere right now, and every day it seems to do more. And as far as its application to MMOs could go, AI can be implemented to make the game world more dynamic, more responsive. AI NPCs can learn, adapt, and react to player behaviors and actions.
Oh, God.
Content like quests,
Imagine.
items, and maps. may
Imagine
be-
you're fighting an AI NPC boss and he decides to change up the mechanics. He's like, wait a minute. They seem to know what I'm doing. Fuck this. I'm going to change it up. Wipes the entire raid. Yeah, I don't know if
procedurally
that's a good idea.
generated. And language translators could allow for everyone to speak and understand
Bitch, I'm going to
each other
target the healers.
in real
I'm not going to
time.
tank. I'm not going to
It's
fight this
already
tank.
being
Fuck his
used
aggro.
in RuneScape, where botters are using AI to
It would be
behave
cool.
and respond to
It would
real
also be
players
infinitely difficult.
in a way that's pretty convincing now and probably indistinguishable in the future. And I know there are good and bad parts to it, and it's great for that reason. You could be friends with an AI and not even know it. I mean, and at that
Yep,
point,
that's my chat,
now
right?
we're
My
getting
entire chat
into
is AI.
What is real and
Nobody
what is
actually
real
watches me. I'm
enough
not
territory.
entertaining. It's just AI.
There
in
is a
here.
quote from a TV show
Spots.
called Westworld that has stuck with me ever since I first watched
Westworld
it.
was a good show.
Well, if you can't tell, does it matter?
Oh,
Objectively, the
True.
future of AI paired with VR is going to undeniably create realistic and immersive experiences. We are headed in for both exciting and scary times. And 5
Yeah.
years ago, I would have said all this was a pipe dream. Like, I was certain it would happen sometime in my lifetime. I was sure of it. And I'm pretty sure most of us at some point have joked about gaming in retirement homes and looking forward to that. But for some
Right.
reason, it just seems more tangible and within
that's a
reach
cap.
now than it
Westworld
ever
was
has.
only good.
However,
when it was,
on
100%.
top of all this daydreaming,
Westworld was only good, really, in season 1/2-ish, right? Once they broke out into the real world, I didn't even finish it. When I say Westworld was good, I'm talking about those first like 2 seasons in the Western world cowboy environment. Totally agree, Sam. 100%. Yeah, that first season was amazing. The whole concept was so crazy to me. I loved watching it. But yeah, once they got into the real world and it became like this fucking uprising, I didn't give a shit anymore.
I am still a realist. And the reality is that both technologies are still in their infancies. And they both still have challenges that they have to overcome, like price point, accessibility,
Yeah.
portability, and on that list goes. But the proof of concept is there, and it can become a reality. And maybe it won't manifest in VR. Maybe in the future, we're all going to be using Elon's Neuralink chips in our brains.
Oh shit.
Then we can really jack into
Great.
whatever worlds we want, Black Mirror style. All I know for
Great.
sure is that with enough waiting,
Now there's gonna be a
one day we're
Tesla
going
in
to
my
be able
asshole
to log in. We're going to be in the game we're playing.
for the new movie The
we're
Creator.
not
It looks
gonna wanna
kind of
log
awesome.
out.
No, I did not.
And that is going to be magical. Or terrifying. I really don't know. It could go both ways.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. My name is Arcke, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Not a bad video. I did like it. If you guys want to see more of his content, I'll link his video in the chat. I've never watched any of his. And again, this video doesn't have a lot of views, but it was good. I liked it. Interesting stuff on the future of MMOs. and where they may be going. Turns out they're going to go into a VR.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, basically that's what it'll be. A bunch of daddy chills in Moonguard with VR headsets on. Can't wait.